Coming up next, on the spot, we've got a live demo of From Dust, plus a starting block for the game that'll teach you how to protect the meat. We'll then hear from Jody on how you can win a game every week, plus see GameSpot and Konami cosplaying action from Comic-Con. Then joining us will be newsman Tom Magrino, who'll be stopping by to drop the latest news, plus super button mashing, trivia prizes, and more.
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Oscar-worthy.
All live and on the spot.
Where we are live and on the spot. I'm your host, Chris Waters, here this July 28th. And joining me, you might recognize her from such videos as the one you just watched from Sync. It's Jody Robinson. Jody, welcome to the set. I mean, when you were here earlier, it looked a little different. No chair, different backgrounds.
Yeah, I'm wearing the same T-shirt. I mean,
well, that's earlier today because Sync is a daily show.
It definitely
And is it nicer to be sort of sitting down, have a little comfy
Actually,
chair?
it's a lot more comforting. A little bit, rest my arms and yeah.
A little bit more relaxed. Well, we're glad to have you here. Now, folks, usually we start this out with a game demo, and yeah, that's why I've got the controller right here. We're going to take a quick look at From Dust, an Xbox Live Arcade game that came out earlier this week. So, Jody, you know anything about From Dust?
Just about the video review that you had.
Totally.
And,
thanks for mentioning that on Sync. So basically in this game you play, it's sort of a god game. You play as this power. You can move soil and lava and water around. And in the story mode you have to usher these little dudes through the world, try to get them safely through things. But we're going to show the challenge mode today. So today the challenge is protect the village from fire. And if we take a look around, we see that fire is raging on the hillside. And look down here, here's a village. It's totally gonna catch on fire if we don't do something about it, Jody. So this is the basic mechanic in the game. You can suck up some water and go over here and douse it a little bit. If you wanna get fancy, you could try to, oh, I can't pick up earth. The challenge mode limits what you can do to create sort of these puzzles. And so the puzzle here is, drop some water on this fire. Now I'm not doing a very clean job of it, but I am putting out the fire pretty well. The thing here is, if I were to do it a lot earlier, you get timed, and so you want to do it quickly. I'll show you one more. I'm gonna show you what the terrible thing that can happen, and then how you can avoid it later. We're just gonna watch this one play out because, let's face it, Jody, some of the fun of a god game is watching people suffer.
I don't know. I'm not very, I'm not that mentality, but I guess you're the evil.
It's a little morbid, I admit. Yes, we're gonna see what happens to these poor people in the basin. It looks like they've got a nice little seaside enclave, protected from big waves. They should be pretty fine here. Oh wait, what's up here? Oh, it's the lava flow. And so the lava flow. Now this is one of the things I really like about From Dust is it looks really pretty. Look at that lava just cruising down, melting the rock as it passes. Have you ever seen lava?
Sounds like you're just never worried because if they get hurt, are you just I'm God? I could just do this.
I'm gonna fail the challenge, but this is a video game, fortunately. And oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's that was pretty fun. All right, so the way you beat this one is you have to use these in the environment. In addition to getting to pick up different substances, you can also uproot certain trees. And so what we have here on the side of the mountain is a lava tree. Boom. Or an explosive tree, rather. So if I pick it up and put it in here, boom, I create a little outlet for the lava to stream down. Oh, my outlet wasn't big enough. I'm gonna have to pick up some more explosive trees and try to get this thing off course, because otherwise it's gonna just be horrible again. Oh gosh, Jody.
Did you learn the hard way?
Did
you have to learn this the hard way? I wouldn't have went and grabbed some little rock.
Yeah, so that's what it's great to play the campaign mode first, because then you get a sort of accustomed to it introduces you very well to all the tools at your disposal. I'm gonna do that one more time just to show you folks the actual answer, as opposed to just a slower way to murder tens of villagers. So you scoop up this thing, and then you want to go up here, and this is the key part. That's where it needs to all flow out from. Yeah, that's good. And just to be sure, let's make that hole a little bigger. Now you see all the lava's flowing there. And then the win condition is just that this little guy gets back with his magical kite of knowledge. Go, lady, go. To protect the village. But that's challenge mode, and it's fun because it's sort of all these different little puzzles that using the From Dust sort of engine, and you get to play with the elements. And challenge mode is all about getting better times. I didn't show you how to do good times there, but I've got a few tips for you that Homer Rabara put together on how to get better times in the challenge mode and how to survive in story mode. That's coming up right now in the From Dust starting block.
So, you want to be God, do you? Well, you need to keep your delusions of omnipotence in check when you start playing From Dust, because you're not the most powerful force in the game. That title belongs to nature. Raw, primal nature. To succeed in From Dust, you're going to have to shepherd a group of villagers through a hostile world using your substantial powers. But it's harder to shape the world than you might think. So here's a couple tips to get you started. First and foremost, respect the elements. The forces of rushing water and flowing lava vary greatly depending on the situation, so learn to read the terrain. It's easy to build land bridges across shallow, gently flowing water, but it's much harder to dam a river. Instead of trying to impede heavy streams of water or lava, redirect them. A small wall that channels the flow elsewhere is much easier to build than a larger barrier. Just make sure you know where your new flow is headed. If you get in a tight spot or just want to speed up your earth moving or water draining operation, it helps to release all the material you have stored in the breath at once. From Dust tells you to press the trigger simultaneously to do this, but that doesn't always work smoothly. For a full unload first time, every time, pull the right trigger slightly before pulling the left. Just remember to dump responsibly. Wouldn't want you drowning any villages now, would we? Finally, when you jump into the challenge mode, here's a tip to help you finish levels with better than average times. You earn bonus time for each second that passes between the moment you last interact with the elements and the moment you beat the challenge. If you're messing with things until the last second, you won't get any bonus. The faster you do what you need to do, then leave nature to run its course, the more bonus time you'll have subtracted from your total. With these hints in your godlike brain, you're well on your way to safe villagers and a great leaderboard position. Also, don't forget to use the Amplify the Breath power, and when you get to a level titled The 1,000 Sources, be very careful where you take your soil from. Just an extra little tip from one world manipulator to another.
You see, and I didn't even horribly let any villagers die in that segment. Not too bad. All right, Jody, so in addition to being the awesome host of Sync, you are also community manager extraordinaire, and GameSpot community is really big. And we've got forums, we've got all sorts of awesome ways you guys can interact with us, in addition to comments or being in the chat room right now because we're live. What's up to all y'all in the chat room? But one of the ways is through YouTube.
Yes.
And we've got a little sort of spotlight thing we're talking about today.
Yeah, we have our YouTube Spotlight page that we feature video creators, so you could be anywhere, anytime, just as long as it's about video games. We're probably going to say this is pretty awesome. Right now, we're going to be doing some kind of rewards. So we'll be giving away prizes for the best people. We're trying to figure out if it's going to be weekly or daily, so more news will be displayed about that. But some of the stuff we're kind of looking forward to is, right now some of us, I've been playing League of Legends.
Yeah.
And Minecraft seems to be a big thing right now with even our users. They've been submitting videos for that. So
yeah, you were telling me about a Minecraft video that popped up there that, Minecraft, obviously a very versatile game, a lot of freedom in there, but this one was a dating sim?
Yeah, we found, this guy, he contacted, actually Cynthia contacted this guy because he was doing so well, and he said, please, yes, definitely talk about this today. So today we actually featured him, and we're going to give him a prize. So his name is Rezel Lero. It's Minecraft dating sim, and you can see it on the GameSpot Spotlight channel right now, actually.
Well, I mean, you're getting a glimpse here of what the Spotlight channel looks like. There it goes. Go there. The URL we've got up there is how to get. You just go to YouTube, search
you just
GameSpot
share your
Spotlight,
you share your video with us, and that's how.
And you could win prizes. We're
Games,
giving away prizes.
swag, and things like that.
Ooh,
So it'll be
very
fun.
cool. So that's the spotlight, and we're trying to look for some League of Legends because
I'm actually
kind of
looking for
because
some-
Jody's into it, right?
I want some ganking. I want your best ganking moves, but yes, we're looking for that and other games. So any cool video game related content, send it to us.
Cool. Well, Jody, thanks so much for coming on here. Next up, we're gonna be doing some more Comic-Con talk. You've had a lot of Comic-Con talk, right? We saw you talking with some of the cosplayers earlier. There you see the URL right there, folks. Yeah, jot it down. But you know, the attendees weren't the only cosplayers in effect. Those of you who watched our Comic-Con coverage last year might remember Sean McInnes's stirring turn as Waluigi v Sky Potter. Well, that whole scene has evolved and changed and just really blossomed in a whole new direction. And you're going to take a look at it now. I don't want to spoil too much, so let's just roll it.
Hey Sean,
Yeah,
check that guy out over there.
that's pretty good. That's a pretty good costume. Not bad. You know, Maxwell, I used to be in the cosplay game myself way back when. Maxwell, have I ever told you a story? A little story about the past?
Are we about to have a flashback?
Quiet. Maxwell? Yeah, you like that? Did you like that little flashback?
That was intense.
Yeah.
That was my
It's
first
always
flashback.
intense your first time. Don't worry about it, buddy. But you know what?
Feeling good.
You're a grown man now. I think you're ready. I think you're ready to do a little cosplay
You know what?
yourself.
I'm feeling good. I'm
Yeah?
feeling strong. I'm feeling like a man who's ready to dress up like a cartoon character.
I think you are.
All right.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right. So you know, Sean, as we're walking through the halls of Comic-Con here, I'm seeing a lot of really great costumes, but I don't know where I'm gonna get one of my own, you know?
Well, Maxwell, I think I know a place. I think I know a very nice place that we can get you your costume.
I can get my very own costume?
Absolutely, you can get your very own costume, but first I'm gonna need you to wait. There's an element of surprise here that I don't want to ruin for you, so go
Okay.
ahead and wait. Why don't you occupy yourself over there, and yeah, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
With all the children?
Yeah, with the children in the Lego pit.
But I don't like the children.
No.
No,
Okay,
do I have
make
to
it
go to
happen.
the...
I'm gonna get your costume.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, there's just so much new stuff this year. I don't even know what to get them. You know what? I won't even make the decision myself. You know what, guys? Here's $100. Surprise me.
I think I have just the thing.
Ooh. Thank you very much.
Oh, don't forget that one.
All right, perfect. Thanks a lot.
Good luck.
Look at this. Ooh, wow. These guys really outdid themselves this year. This is gonna be fun. Maxwell, good news, buddy. I got your custom. What are you doing here?
I made this thing. I made it.
This looks stupid, okay? You're wasting time, all right? And we have real work
Oh,
to do.
you got
Yeah,
this stuff?
we have
You
real
got my
work to do.
outfit?
Yes, I got your outfit.
All
Are you
right,
ready
well,
for
screw
it?
this thing. Let's get going.
All right, let's do this. All right, Maxwell, this is it. This is the proving grounds right here. This is the moment of truth. Oh, don't worry about it, buddy. I think you're ready. I think you're ready.
I just think they're a little extreme.
Don't worry about it, man.
I'm not sure if it'll.
Don't even worry about it. You know what? Here's the bathroom.
Yeah.
You walk in there,
I go to the
boy.
bathroom.
You walk out a man.
Oh,
Whether or not you poop is
Whoa.
up to you. Go on, buddy.
What's up? Check it. Look at me. Look at this. This is what I be.
Maxwell,
This is what I be.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you right now. You look perfect. You look better than I could have ever imagined.
I feel.
Oh my God, this
I
is
feel
amazing.
perfect. I feel enlightened in a way.
I think
This
I
is
think we
me.
all
This
do.
was me on the inside the
This
whole
was
time.
you on the inside, and it finally came out like a beautiful
I feel good.
butterfly.
I'm ripped.
You know what your next step is?
What?
You got to go out there.
Yeah.
You got to walk the line.
Yeah.
And you got to go find out what lives in here.
In
all
my,
right?
In my heart of hearts.
In your heart. And your Green Lantern logo.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go find it.
Let's go. Ladies, man. What's up, ladies? Fist bump. Fist bump. Fist bump. Come on. There you go. Fist bump. Take it easy, man. Oh, well, we got a whole lineup of people. What's up? Fist bump. Fist bump. Fist. You know you want. Thank you. I appreciate it. Come on, fist bump. There you go. Oh, what? Oh. Fist bump. Thank you. So listen, I can tell you're obviously some sort of a brave warrior. What you possess incredible skill with the sword that I see there. What do you think my special power could be? Because obviously I'm a little confused about what's going on. What is this? What is this? Street Fighter? You dressed up as Street Fighter?
Princess Katana from Mortal Kombat.
What's a Mortal Kombat? Look at this mystical visage.
Green Lantern Hulk Wario.
Green Lantern Hulk Wario, and for Green Lantern, with just a dash of Jedi. Okay. What is this? What have we got here? This outfit. Look, bro. I gotta be honest with you here. This looks like crap. What are you doing? Poison Ivy, and who do you think I'm supposed to be? I mean, really study the intricacies of this outfit.
You're like Luigi meets the Incredible Hulk.
And who do you think I could be? Because I'm obviously having a bit of trouble here.
A little bit of an identity crisis. Wario, Lantern, you look like you might be a Jedi. Yeah, a Jedi there. That almost looks like a Hulk.
Baby Green Lantern.
Think hard. I mean, really study the complexities of this outfit.
Mr. No Mirror.
You're like a conglomeration of superheroes,
Yeah?
right? I feel like-
Maybe something a little bit snappier than conglomeration.
No.
Flash. Green Lantern. Some sort of mixture.
So look, obviously, I mean, as you can tell by my outfit, I'm the Green Hulk Lantern Man. What exactly are you supposed to be?
Cylon Commander from Battlestar Galactica.
What is a Battlestar Galactica? Oh God! Oh God! Feeling it? You feeling the groove a little bit here? A little bit? Who are you dressed up as?
Early
Oh, you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. That's integral to the interview. You have to maintain the integrity of the interview. Now, who are you dressed up as?
Stark from Bleach.
And who do you think I'm dressed up as?
Wario, Luigi, Hulk.
You are incorrect. Try again. What exactly do you think my superpower would be?
42.
Girl repelling powers.
Ooh, I think you might have hit the nail on the head with that one.
You're really strong, but you can shrink sometimes to be really little and go through things like, I don't know, maybe the sink.
Maybe a tiny keyhole.
Thank you so much. And
All
what
right.
is that?
What is it's?
that
I
in
got
the
I got my matching bling. My matching Green Lantern rings.
Oh.
Well, of course, one is, a little bit bigger than the other. Now, I noticed you had a sign that said you were giving out, I got to do more of this. I noticed you had a sign that said you were giving out free hugs. There it is. That is the free hug sign I was talking about. Now, instead of free hugs, could we perhaps do a free fist bump? Boom! Just like that. Thank you so much. What do you think I'm called?
Got me.
And what do you think my superpowers might be?
Interviewer?
Super interviewing powers? Not like...
No.
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 Maybe laser eyes? Can I... I don't like this. I don't like this!
Yeah, I like cookies too. They're pretty delicious. I like chocolate chip.
Why is that your favorite?
It's because of the chocolate chips inside, I would say.
Chocolate chip walnut?
I like chocolate chip walnut. That's pretty good. That's it. Oh, sorry, ladies. 1 second. Oh, hey. Hey, Maxwell. What's up?
I figured it out.
Yeah?
I figured out what's me in my heart of hearts.
What is it? What's inside your heart of hearts?
It was me all along, Max.
But with the mustache.
Oh yeah, the mustache is staying. I'm loving this.
I like it. That's a good look.
Yeah, come on, let's get out of here.
All right, cool.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was delightful.
That was a thing.
Ladies
that
and gentlemen,
happened.
Maxwell McGee, clean shaven.
I am. I ended up losing the stash.
Losing that-
It was starting to itch me just a
Was it
little
like
bit.
spirit gum or something?
It was
Is that
some
even a
s-
thing?
I know. Do people still do spirit gum?
I don't know. You
Do
use
people?
tape.
You remember that taffy you could get and you could like stick it on comic books and stuff, and then you'd peel it off and it would show the picture.
The
like
phrase
on-
you're looking for is silly putty.
silly putty. That stuff was awesome.
That was. You've got a controller on your
I do
lap.
have
Are we
a
gonna be
controller
playing
on
Silly
my
Putty
half
the game.
No, today we're going to be taking a look at a game called They Bleed Pixels.
They bleed pixels.
They bleed pixels. Blah 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 blah. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Blah 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 blah
Oh,
blah blah.
you're gonna be
blah,
like
blah,
that.
I mean,
You're gonna
you-
be okay.
you lay down the challenge.
No, it's called They Bleed Pixels. It's
Okay.
it's being developed for Xbox Live Indie Games,
Mm-hmm.
and it's from developer Spooky Squid Games, who's based out of Toronto.
Okay, and so we're playing here on a PC, but you're playing with the Xbox
Yes,
360
we're
controller.
on a PC, but I'm using the 360
And
controller.
one look at this game tells you why they. Wow.
Yes,
I mean,
as you can see,
clearly
they be
bleed
bleeding
pixels.
some This guy is not getting away. Come back here. So
No.
you play as this this little purple sort of goth-looking chick. You
with like horrible claws
with
for
horrible
hands.
magic claws for hands. You
Yes.
can do a dash attack here. You can just do like a short kick.
Okay.
Or I can hold it down and I can knock people up in the air. That doesn't look a whole lot
Why don't
very
Why
interesting.
don't you go do it to someone?
I should go do it to a person.
Oh, you got totally.
Got hit.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
suck it.
Oh, went onto the
Boom.
blade.
Oh, I was hoping to kill. Oh, there he
Oh,
goes. He
wow,
went
that is
ahead and
not
did
a
the
smart-
favor for me.
That is not a smart enemy.
All right, so let's see. I'm gonna wait for the saw blade to get out of
You
my
don't
way
wanna-
here. I'm gonna hop
but
up
you got
here.
the double jump.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you
Wow,
can
what
totally
was
do
that?
the double
Some
jump.
weird
Yeah, they
jump
totally
attack?
shoot out like magic claws and stuff. Oh,
Oh, nicely
he was trying to
done.
block my swipes there, but it did him a little good. I can knock him up in the air. You can get
Oh,
up, sort
air
of juggle him
juggle.
around a little bit.
Sweet.
If I had been
See you
just a
later.
little more clever, I could have knocked him into that guy right there, and they would have
Uh-huh.
gone flying.
Now,
But,
these little
go ahead.
numbers that are popping up, you're getting like combo bonuses and what have
Yes, if you see that that little meter up at the top there that just emptied out,
Yep.
that's sort of like, once that gets full, it activates like a point multiplier.
you. Okay.
Well, actually, it does 2 things. It activates a point multiplier, and of course, it'll allow you to rack up more points and stuff for leaderboards and what have you. But if you stand still, it'll activate this this little blue pentagram-looking thing, which is a checkpoint.
That looks like a hexagon to me.
Okay, well, you're gonna be
Inside of a circle.
Yeah, well, it's a triangle, circle, circle gone.
Yeah. Okay.
It activates, which is a checkpoint. So the game doesn't have like set checkpoints. You create your own.
And you just create them by like sort of standing there, or standing there once your meter is full.
You stand there once the meter is full. So you
Okay.
can either. Oh, this part is a little bit
All right,
tricky.
why don't you focus here? And we can observe your jumping skills, because there's like, this is clearly, there's not just horrible chopping up of enemies. There's this platforming element of.
Oh, most
These are
definitely.
tough jumps to make.
It's sort of like obviously it's sort of like Super Meat Boy in that in the
Oh, right on your legs.
in the
is
visual
where the spikes
style
went.
and the 2D platforming.
Don't
But
stand there.
There's also
Okay, good
I
work.
totally had to
Yeah, you
punt
had
that
that-
bomb
you
dude
had that
out of
under
here.
control.
He was totally gonna blow up in my face. But there's also combat involved. So yeah, you can
So
get
yeah,
these.
Super
you can get
Meat
these
Boy-esque.
Super Meat Boy-esque with the cutting up and dismembering of
but
ungodly
with
horrors.
actual combat, because
Yes.
Super Meat Boy he was a lover, not a fighter.
Ah!
Wow. Oh,
Yep.
and so you can even see where you last died a horrible, grim death.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna get it this time.
Let's do it.
Of course, I
Okay.
say that and then I immediately fall
Yeah.
off.
Why don't you just get your reset, get your bearings.
All right. Gotta find my center, find my zen.
Now, when this starts off, do you have any motivation, any sort of little cutscene that lets you know what the deal is?
There's a cutscene in which a human girl finds a mysterious book. Died again.
I can see that.
I know.
Mysterious book.
A mysterious book. She opens it up, flips a couple of pages, turns out it's full of like magic secrets or something like that, and she turns into what you see here. And then just sort of goes on a supernatural killing spree.
I mean, what else are
What
you gonna
more
do?
story do you need, Chris?
You know,
I mean, honestly, you're always so picky about these things.
You know,
I made that.
What the story I need is you making those jumps. That's the story I need. All right, let me look in here in the chat room because we're live here, folks. Let's see if you got any questions for Maxwell so we can further distract him from making these jumps accurately. Is that Mrs. Fields' cookies? Nice one. Okay, that maybe is a little too far back in the chat. Was that Mrs. Fields? Yeah, probably.
It was a Mrs. Fields cookie stand.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, if you folks have questions about They Bleed Pixels, send them in there. We're on Twitter. Tweet them to @GameSpot or put them into the chat room. And no, EJ902, we will not be answering Maxwell's shampoo-related questions. Instead, I'm going to ask you about these little blood... Oh, yep.
There we go. There we go. Had to cheat it a little bit, but I made it. All right, gonna deploy my checkpoint right here.
Excellent.
All right.
Well done.
Now we can move forward with more saw blades and pixel bleeding.
That was good. Nice explosion. Now, those little red dots you were collecting earlier, was that just, because that was a not very bloody part? They needed to add some more blood
They just needed to somehow work some more blood in there.
Needs more blood.
Those dots, those in addition to obviously killing enemies and doing cool, like all the enemies, they have like little combo meters on them.
Yep.
Depending on how many times you hit them, or if you use the environment to finish them off, things like that. And you're awarded points based on how fancy your attacks are. Oh, come on, get out of my way, dude. But another way to rack up points is by collecting those little dots.
And they're presumably they sort of.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
That's right in your head parts. They fuel like, they put them in places that are kind of tough to get to, so you have to jump more precision-y.
Usually they're more of like a guide to show the player like where you need to jump. So like if there's a bunch of platforms facing each other, they may put them in a position to show you like where you need to jump.
Gotcha.
And like where the brakes are and things like that.
So in terms, all right, now we have some questions coming in here.
All right, I'm gonna get this one this time.
Yeah,
here we
you
go.
just do
here
that
we go.
while I'm
here
gonna
we
look
go.
in here. People are asking about levels, like how many and whatnot. Like what level are you on here?
I'm on the second level. The first level is sort of. Oh, what? I did not.
You walked right into that.
Totally jumped.
You got
the first level is like your tutorial, so it has like. Oh, that was actually pretty cool.
That was the best thing you did yet.
It's the best thing I've done so far. The first level is like your tutorial, so it has in the background there's like little signs and things that show you what all the different attacks are, and then as you do some basic platforming, and then this is the second one. I'm not sure how many there's going to be total. Obviously, the game is still in the works.
Yeah, so you're just sort of previewing.
But there are I think 3 levels in this preview build that we have. Yeah.
So, but yes, I think we can count on more than 3 levels come. And all right, so you've got. Are there any abilities we haven't seen yet? You've got.
There's that dive. I have this dive attack.
Oh, that
where
was
I can
a neat
go
one.
down
Yeah,
on people.
thanks for that.
I can
That was good.
pop this dude up here.
Yeah.
And then I
right
can.
into the.
I was gonna juggle him into those spikes, but I got him turned around on
That was a
accident.
mercy you performed there, lad.
I'm gonna pop that dude over there. There's also, if I were real skillful, I can pop somebody up in the air with a heavy kick, and then I can use this up swipe to pop him up and down in the air.
Do that.
I'm gonna try to.
Come on, aspire to greatness.
Well, first I gotta just go ahead. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This game is also very punishing.
It didn't really
as
look like you
see.
were aspiring very well there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, not a good place to do it on the moving
That's
platform.
true. On the moving.
We'll
Let's
give
try
you
this
that.
guy over here.
Yeah, okay.
He looks ripe for the. Oh, not enough room to do
Sorry,
it
to hit the
get it
ceiling.
set up.
Oh,
But I can
look at it,
totally
just paints all the blood
repeatedly
everywhere.
bash him into
that's
those
nice.
spikes. But yeah, Spooky Squid Games. This isn't their first game. They've actually done a couple of really neat PC titles, such as Night of the Cephalopods and Cephalopods Co-op Cottage. Let me check my notes. Yes, Cephalopods Co-op Cottage Defense.
Really?
Yes, Night of the Cephalopods. If any of you are familiar with Bastion,
With what a cephalopod is?
excuse me, with what a cephalopod is.
It's
yes.
like a nautilus, right?
It's like a crazy octopus face thing.
Yeah.
If any of you are familiar with Bastion, which we just had a review of that go up, oh man, totally died there. Night of the Cephalopods actually also had an active narrator through it. It was sort of like a top-down shooter survival game where you tried to survive the night against an army of
horrible cephalopod
creatures.
Whoa, what happened? Oh, there was a spike.
Oh, these spikes. Okay.
Gross.
I think I remember how I had to do this. I'm going to wait for the platform to get to the far side, and then I'm just going to try to...
You can do. Oh,
no, I got it.
Oh, that was horrible.
Right.
You got so stabbed. All right, Sidburn wants to know. He saw, and this is how you know this dude is from the UK. He asks, "What was that math sums?" Oh, he didn't say maths. When you kick the bomb. So the math stuff, the multiplication. and
Yes,
stuff
it's a point multiplier. So like as I run up and stab enemies, or juggle them in the air, or kick them into spikes and saw blades, I get like a point multiplier for that kill, and then when I finally finish them off, it cashes in like see, I got a 1. Oh no, hold on.
Combo
So
time.
like 1,
combo
2, 3,
time.
4, 5, 6, and then I didn't finish them off in an environmental kill, so it didn't cash in.
Yeah, do the up kick.
Or I could just get killed, Chris. Wouldn't that be more interesting?
Do the death
But yeah,
maneuver.
once you attack them a bunch and then you finish them off with some sort of special stylish kill, it cashes it in and gives you some extra points. And then at the end of the stage, it tallies up like how many times you died and how long you took and other factors like that to determine your final score.
So you've been having some fun?
I've been having some fun with
It
this
looks
game.
pretty
yeah.
fun.
It's pretty neat. It's coming out later this year.
Nice slide.
Oh yeah, you can slide people and get behind them and stun them a little bit.
Oh yeah, 15.
Oh, slide past
So
this
many
dude,
pints.
pop him up in the air, do a little juggle action
Aren't you
here.
gonna fall on those spikes, or are those just
Oh wait.
environmental?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
And a grisly death. What a
I
great
think
way
we'll,
to
I
end
think
the
we'll
segment.
end it there. So there you go. So
Maxwell, They Bleed Pixels.
They Bleed Pixels later this year. Check it out. It's
and PC, or you're saying for Xbox?
Xbox
360
Live
as well?
indie game.
Indie game.
Indie game.
Very cool.
Yes.
Thank you, Maxwell McGee. And also thank you for that delightful turn down Cosplay Alley.
Oh, that was something.
We are actually going to go back into the realm of cosplay. This time we're going to see people who maybe worked on their costumes for more than 10 minutes on the show floor. Check it out.
Hey folks, Homer Bar here at the Konami cosplay event, and I'm gonna go ahead and just talk to a couple of the judges here. We got John Chun. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. I play games all day, and I judge people who dress up in costumes, so that's my official role for the day.
That's an awesome gig.
I won the contest last year.
The reigning champ, and now you're a judge.
That's correct.
How does that feel?
I'm a lot more calm because I'm not being judged.
And you're better than all of them, right?
Yeah. No. We have some really, really great contestants out there.
What is your criteria as to the potential winner?
We're just opening it up to the wonderful world of Konami. We're looking for 3 categories: best in show, best overall costume, best construction, and best performance. Who's gonna step up and really play the role?
So you're looking for that person to own that character, to be that character.
Own it, be it, live it, 24/7. That's what we're looking for.
What's your name?
My name is Solid Snake.
His name is Solid Snake. One of your favorite lines from your favorite game.
Metal Gear, it can't be.
That was the moment. That was a gem. We have an interesting array of characters here. Look at that. That's like velour, huh?
Yeah, it's Balboa fur.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can we get you with your head on? Oh, yeah. He is Naked Snake. What's the deal with your getup here? You got rubber duckies all over.
It's the Gakko camouflage. It helps me find keratin. My outfit is perfect to the game. I'm straight out of it.
Your best impression of Snake from your favorite Metal Gear game?
After the end of World War II, the world was split into 2, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Oscar-worthy, maybe Emmy-worthy. Contestants are filing in, and maybe we'll stop in and see some of these performances for the aspiring Konami cosplay costume event.
Ladies and gentlemen, our illustrious Vice President of Sales and Marketing, George Richard, the lovely Crystal Graziano. This is John Chun, who we're still trying to figure out what he does.
I will pop a cap in your ass.
You don't have enough XP points.
Whoa.
John is the brand manager on Metal Gear Solid franchise, Castlevania, and Never Dead, and a host of other things. I say 20 or 30 contestants. We're gonna narrow this down to 10, and then we're gonna narrow it down to the 3 winners. And then our president, Mr. Shinji Hirano, will be giving the presentation of the gift cards and the awards.
I fly to you. Snake Eater.
Guardian of the legendary whip, vampire killer.
Keratin. Just the name makes me want to devour him.
Oh my god, Not for honor, but for you, Snake Eater.
This duel is far from over. My draw.
Who are you gonna leave me for, Roy Campbell?
Oh my god, what's that?
The Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
This is good.
Thousand Blade! Attack his life points directly with Neutron Blast! No problem.
I'll try to use wiring.
Hi.
Still, in a dream, Snake Eater.
I am inspired by Solid Snake. Snake cannot be Snake without a mullet.
Who'd you go to prom with a mullet?
I went with 3 Koreans, actually.
Oh, hey!
I'm really, I don't want to say obsessed, but
Personally, I never played the game. I just have to say the truth. But
Hi, my name is Eva. I'm from LA, and this character is from Castlevania Judgment Shinova. I make this character because I really like this design.
Have you played the game?
hi, my name is Ming. I'm from LA. Yeah, I didn't play the game. But like, I've been a big fan of Castlevania before, and then it's just like when the design came out, it's just like it's such an amazing design and it's a big challenge. And as a cosplayer, it's like yes, I have to do it.
I know my cosplay is wildly inaccurate. I physically look nothing like Solid Snake or any fit video game character.
I feel like I'm going through his pain, even though, you know, I don't have like a cybernetic body or anything.
I tried hot gluing craft foam to myself while wearing tights. Not a good idea. Yeah.
I'm upset. I told you. Sorry, I'm falling apart.
It's hard to really see in this thing. I chose to be Pyramid Head because it's hot here. Stop staring at me, Pyramid Head! I'm not calling you back! I was raped.
This long coat vest was actually made by my mom. My hair, I actually naturally wear it like this, so I figured that it's the perfect opportunity to slip in the kaiba.
From Mexico, Tijuana.
Woo! I don't know if anybody can hear it, but he actually has the music playing from somewhere, and it's creeping me out. Follow me at Solid Effin' Snake. You'll find him in Metal Gear Solid Snack Eater coming out to Vons this Christmas.
Do you think the judges are going to put you in the top 10 here?
I hope so. I felt like I was really dramatic to hold up to my character's sense of melodrama.
I think I did okay, but I really just did this for fun.
Well, I kind of wish I was able to move around a little bit more freely, so I don't think my performance was really that great.
Well, I tripped and fell like halfway through, so.
It's all right. You know, it added to the drama of the performance.
I took a little bit of a stumble. I landed funny after I jumped.
I think they did a lot more. He'll deserve it more.
One of the judges wasn't so happy. His enthusiasm looked like it diminished.
I think I did pretty good considering I didn't know we were supposed to do anything when we got here. I guess you have to be prepared for everything, just like a Belmont.
I didn't think it was good. It wasn't really all in my head. I just came up with it at the last minute.
Laid it all out there, let him know I'm a huge Metal Gear fan, put a lot of time and dedication into my costume, and hopefully the effort shows.
How do you think you did?
I think I did pretty well.
I think you did pretty well too. I think they were impressed with all the detail.
Oh, thank you.
Looks like they're going to get the contestants up here. Hopefully we'll see you in the next round.
Yeah, thank you.
We had to bring in an extra judge, and it just so happens to be her 30th birthday. Frogger, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to name off the 10 finalists in no particular order. Ming as Maria. Jason as Rising Raiden. Alicia as Geico. Tyler as Snake. Jacob as Pyramid Head. Chris as Jonathan's mom. Evelyn as Aeon. And last but not least, Eva as Shanoa. You're looking at your 10 finalists from 2011 Comic-Con Konami Cosplay Contest, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a round of applause. Drum rolls, please. For performance, Chris Tang is Jonathan Morris. So for the Judges Award, Tyler is Snake. Awesome song. Snake Eater. Best Construction, Ming as Maria. Now you can buy the game and finish it. For the Best in Show, Brandon as Snake. Hard work paid off.
All right, so we are standing here at the Konami Cosplay event with the winner and new champion, Brandon. You put in a lot of hard work. Did you think it was going to pay off to this dividend?
You know, honestly, I really wasn't sure. There were a lot of the other people who were really good. I kind of did it for myself. A lot of the little details, it was kind of a personal thing. I just kind of hoped that it would pay off in the end.
So you were the second Snake out of the gate. He had an amazing performance to start things off. Did you feel a little intimidated when he came out?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was just brilliant. And I was trying to feel out the crowd, and I was like, oh, I don't think they're getting it.
Don't sell yourself short. You were committed. You were in character. You pulled it off. You came out as the best cosplayer here. And the only question is, what are you going to do with your gift card?
Well, I'm going to go to Best Buy and pick up probably a bunch of movies and some new video games. Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations, Brandon. So that's it from the Konami Cosplay event. Winner and reigning champion. More from Comic-Con 2011 as we continue.
And joining me on set is GameSpot's own Tom Magrino. Tom, welcome.
Hi, Chris. How are you doing?
Oh,
Did I cut you off? I don't know.
I don't think no.
I'm excited.
You are excited because you've got a page.
I've got a page
all these
full of
scrolling
stuff.
on it, and it's news time.
They're not even going to give me enough time to talk about it, so we're going to go fast.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Well, let me tell you. No, that doesn't work.
Right
okay.
now. Right
so
now, Tom.
the big news today. The big news today is Nintendo went ahead with this 3DS price cut. It goes into effect August 12th. And after August 12th, the 3DS will cost just $170. That's like $80 off of what it used to cost, $250.
That's a really big cut.
32% price cut. You know, this thing just came out.
In March or something? Like,
So
it has not been that many months.
That's not been that many months. And, you know, it's not even, in Japan it's worse. It's like 40% off. So they're making this huge cut. And there's a few reasons for this.
All right, go through it. Reason number one.
Reason number one is Nintendo is doing awful. I feel like that's probably the big one.
Money-wise?
Money-wise. So for the April to June quarter, I have it here. Their revenues were off 50%, and
up 50%?
No, they were down off. They were off 50% to 1.21 billion. And losses, you know, the money they didn't make came in at 328 million. So that's pretty bad.
Okay. They're
as a result of this, they revised their full year earnings to they brought those down 82%. So they were expecting to make like in the neighborhood of 1.4 billion during the full 12 months. Now they're just expecting 260 million in profit. So they're still turning a profit.
But so very optimistic about the 3DS now, not so much.
Not so optimistic. No. Now they're like panic button now.
Okay.
I don't want to say panic button. So I was talking to Jesse Divnik, who does EDAR, he's an analyst there, and he was trying to go through the reasons why they were making this price cut. Primarily, I mean, it's important to note that Nintendo makes like some 40% of their money during the holiday quarter. So April to June is not, you know, their big money maker. I mean, obviously they're still making billions of dollars, but it's not world ending that they didn't have this great quarter.
Okay, their company is not in danger of folding.
Right, they're not in danger of folding. I mean, if they continue on this pace, maybe, but what are you going to do? But the other thing to note is, you know, it's because they make most of their money, you know, you might think, well, why don't they wait until the end of the holiday and then make the price cut? The reason why, according to Jesse Divnik, is that, you know, third parties are kind of like, hey, you guys are going to sell some of these, right? We're going to make games, and
we're going to make games. We need to have an install base to sell them to.
So
maybe.
So Nintendo needs to get these into gamers' hands so that third parties are like, yeah, we'll, you know, put resources behind developing and marketing, and so it's kind of a I mean, it's kind of an act of good faith to these third-party developers because, they're basically saying, hey, we'll take it on the chin for this. Please keep making games for our system.
So what kind of act is it for the consumer who bought the 3DS at $250 plus tax earlier this year?
So you could consider that to be junk. But Nintendo is offering a make good. They're going to be giving those people 20 free games, straight up free games. They're not new games. They are off the eShop, so they're going to be 10 from the original NES and 10 from the Game Boy Advance. The original NES games include like Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda, and then from Game Boy Advance, you've got like Mario vs. Donkey Kong and Yoshi's Island, whatever. So there is a bit of a make good.
Okay.
But
and
wow.
we talked.
Well, one other thing to note: if you're like, hey, 20 free games, that sounds awesome. You can go ahead and buy the 3DS right now. It'll cost you $250, but
you will get those 20 games.
You will get those 20 games
if you do it before early August.
Before August 12th. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of the bad news that's going on with Nintendo right now. There's some they did have a few tidbits of, hey, that's pretty cool news.
I like cool news.
So Mario Kart 7.
Yeah,
the new
Mario Kart 7.
They confirmed the name Mario Kart 7.
Is that the first Mario Kart?
It's
to
like
have
all
a number
creativity
iteration?
has gone out the window. They're like, hey, that Mario Part 8 did pretty well. Let's see if we just tack on a number. I don't know. I mean, Mario Kart sells itself.
Yeah,
seriously.
Mario Kart is awesome, but I don't think it's had a number before. But
No,
all right,
I don't
Mario
think so.
Kart 7.
Mario Kart
yes.
7. That's coming out December.
This year.
This year, and then in November you can get Super Mario Land. Super Mario 3D Land. It's so I don't even know
Super
why.
Mario 3D Land.
It's a weird order. Super Mario 3D Land. I don't know.
Yes.
It should be Land 3D, right? It
but
should
it's,
be.
No, it's because it's
should
3D.
Be. All right, fine. So that's coming out in November. So Nintendo, and then in September, of course, you've got Star Fox 3D.
So they've got their first party games.
So they finally have these first party games coming out. The one that they haven't yet attached a date to is Kid Icarus. You've got September, November, December, so the likely spot would be October for that, but they haven't announced it. They've just said that it's coming out before the end of the year. So there are, things that are happening with the 3DS that you can kind of see that they're gaining a little bit of steam as you go in.
And dude, it's cheaper now. I mean,
and
that's
it's
cool.
cheaper now. So I mean, as long as you don't own stock in Nintendo, things are good.
Look it up. Cool.
We're gonna move on. That's the.
What's up next in the news parade?
So along with Nintendo reporting their financials, we finally got a full breakdown of which systems did how well during the April to June quarter.
Who's number one?
Who's number one? The PlayStation 3 is number one.
No kidding.
It sold 1.8 million units during that 3-month period, which was just ahead of the 360, which sold 1.7 million, and the Wii came in at 1.5 million. So there's a few ways to interpret that. The thing with Sony's is that's actually significantly less than what they did last year. Last year they sold like 2.1 or 2.4 million.
So slowing down?
So it's slowing down. It's still the best, but it's slowing down. Microsoft, on the other hand, sold 1.5 last year and 1.7 this year. So it's gaining.
Speeding up.
Yeah. So there is, there's momentum considerations.
Okay.
And then the Wii, is in this,
that
precipitous
just
decline.
keeps on going down.
And then as far as the PSP goes, that was the best selling. Weirdly, I don't know. How did that happen? Was there price? I guess there was a price cut in February. Why did you guys buy the PSP? Write in. Tell us why. Do the thing, the chat room. Tell us why you bought a PSP.
Because apparently a bunch of you did.
A bunch of you did. So that was the best-selling portable. That was followed by the DS, DSi. Isn't that crazy? The DSi XL and the 3DS will both be $170. Which are you going to buy? Well, you probably are.
I have a DS Lite, so
yeah.
3DS.
But that's a weird value proposition. Anyway, so the DS, DSi sold 1.4 million during that 3-month period, and the 3DS, which is not doing so great, sold 710,000.
It'd be interesting to see how much it sells in the next couple months.
Yeah, I mean that brings its lifetime to date to around 4 and some change, 4 million and some change, and Nintendo's still expecting to sell about 16 million before the end of their fiscal year, which is back of March. So 2012, you know what I'm talking about. Audience, I don't need to explain this to you. So that's what's going on
out there.
in the console wars.
In selling and buying.
In selling and buying
All right.
of
You got
digital
anything else
chips.
for us? Or
I do.
am
I got a
I
few
gonna-
other things.
You have a few other things? What
Is
are
that
we
okay?
talking about here?
I'm talking about Dragon Age 2.
Dragon
Are
Age
you-
2. I heard of that game.
You heard of that game?
Yeah.
That game was.
Why is that in the news?
That game left a little to be wanting. I'm not gonna lie. I really like. Well, okay. Read the review.
Keep your editorial opinions to yourself,
right.
newsman. Just the
I try to
facts.
bring some gravitas to this show. I don't know why you people. I don't know. I guess I'm not doing a very good job.
Don't call me you people.
You people.
Just
Anyway,
tell me about
Dragon
Dragon
Age 2. So that was pulled off of Steam, as some of you may have realized. They just released the Legacy DLC, which is kind of the first big DLC for Dragon Age. And
But you can't get it on Steam
But you
anymore.
can't get it on Steam. EA has kind of this ongoing dispute with Valve at the moment over pretty much downloadable content, post-game stuff, updates, and just interacting with the community after the game through updating your game. So with Legacy coming out, there's something that's going on behind the curtain where EA is saying, hey, we want control over how the DLC is released, and Valve is like, no, this is our house, you need to play by our rules. So that's creating this conflict where you have games like Crysis 2, which was pulled off earlier this year, now Dragon Age 2, and now there's indications that Battlefield 3, which is going to be a huge game, that you won't be able to get it on Steam. You will be able to get, of course, through other digital means. For one, EA's online store.
EA's own new Origin thing,
network, and probably
primary among them.
GameStop, I'm sure, and whoever else, pretty much everyone else except for Valve and Steam.
So we got a little feud.
So
maybe.
there's some weirdness going on between
We won't call
Valve
it
and
a
EA
feud
right
yet.
now. Yeah, I mean, because they traditionally have a very good relationship because EA is distributing stuff like Portal 2 on consoles. So they have some good ties, but there's clearly a little going on right
couples
now.
fight all the time.
Yeah,
it's
they'll be
just
fine. Might get a mediator in here. I'm sure it's fine. So that might be a good one to keep an eye on, just because there's finally Steam has had such a huge presence in the digital distribution world that, and now you've got EA, which is the second biggest publisher in the world, third-party publisher in the world, saying, hey, this is junk. We're not going to throw our game on there if we can have control over post-release content.
Huh.
So that will be interesting to see if anybody is following EA, or if EA just goes it alone and withers to the will of Valve.
I don't know.
It's an interesting
hope that they
power
really
struggle.
don't go head to head, because
Right.
that would I feel like that would leave us gamers the poorer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is hurting us because now you can't get Dragon Age 2 on Steam. That's just one less source for for how you want to buy your game. So that's lame.
That's
Work it
life.
out,
That's the
folks.
way it goes.
Work it out.
All right. Do you have anything else, or
So-
is the news era news time
I
at
have
an end?
I have one other issue I want to bring up.
You seem concerned here, Tom.
When I have been playing Connectimals
Yes.
recently,
Which is so
Which
much
is
often
fairly frequently.
frolicking
I'm
with
sitting,
Bubbles the tiger.
I'm sitting in my house. I have the windows closed, of course.
You should be standing. It's Connect.
No, I'm sitting. I feel comfortable sitting. But when I'm sitting there and I'm playing with my jungle tiger, or I'm playing with my bobcat, or just my my cub, I'm thinking, I'm really enjoying you, buddy, and I'm throwing the ball.
You're
for
painting
him.
a really vivid picture here, Tom.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, this is fun, but you know what? This is not bears. I want bears in my Connectimals.
Wow.
Now,
you get really
I've been
fired up about
I've been writing
bears.
letters to Microsoft. Phil Spencer has received phone calls. He's finally listened. Connectimals Bears is coming to Xbox 360 this fall. You can either get it as a $15 download or $50 standalone product.
So what's
the
new?
Ursines will not be denied.
What's new in this game?
You can pretty much play with bears.
Bears.
Yeah, you can play as a black bear, a grizzly bear, a polar bear, a panda bear.
Too many bears.
And more.
Name one
and
more
more.
bear.
Much more.
And more bear?
Koala bear.
Hey.
Oh, I hope there's a koala bear.
Hey, Tom.
Microsoft, I need koala
Tom.
bears. Am I running over? Is it time to go?
Dude, like a lot. No.
It's fine. Cut me off. I don't care.
Here's a question. What do you call a bear that's out in the rain? A drizzly bear?
A drizzly bear? I like it.
All right, here's another one for you,
Okay,
Tom.
I'm glad you have this.
When I say button, you say mashing.
Okay.
Button.
Mashing.
Button.
Mashing.
Button mashing.
Let's do it.
When I say button, you say mashing button. Mashing button. Button. You're gonna get You're gonna get super button mashing Conan at ya.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of GameSpot presents Super Button Mashing, our own little in-house game show where we test the knowledge and skill of all our GameSpot employees. Now, it's San Diego Comic-Con season, and that means that we have a special comics-themed episode of button mashing for you guys. And we're gonna go ahead and kick it off by introducing our special panel of guests. We're sort of focusing on the behind-the-scenes talent here today. We've got Homer Rabara from our video team.
Right.
Homer, thanks a lot.
Well, thanks for having me. You notice that I am like the first to be introduced because I'm probably the most knowledgeable.
That's fair. That's
mashing
fair.
lore.
You look a little bit different. Is that like a new shirt or is it like new mustache or
I've been
something?
working out. I've been working out a little bit, eating right, veggies. Staying balanced. Other than that, nothing changes. This is just my whole
Excellent.
vibe.
All right, Jody Robinson,
Hello.
our host of Sync and our community manager. Thanks a lot for being on the show.
I don't have much to say because, with an intro like that, there's no competition.
There's really no way to follow
Might
it
as
up.
well just start.
Which leads us to Van. Van, our producer extraordinaire, the guy who's responsible for all the great promo on the site, and also the guy responsible for wearing capes in the office. Is that correct, or am I just?
Oh, it's standard day.
Standard, yeah. It's
day.
Cape Tuesday, pretty much. All right, cool. All right, excellent. Now, for you guys who haven't seen Super Button Mashing before, it's 3 different rounds. We've got Brain Bust, we've got Memory Leak, and then we've got our final consolation round at the end. We're going to start with Brain Bust, wherein we ask our guests a series of trivia questions and see if they know the answer. Guys, are you ready to get started?
Ready, steady.
Let's do it.
Okay. Homer, why don't we go ahead and start with you? Our 4 rounds are, or our 4 topics are Dark Knights, Games of Steel, Heroes of Gaming, and Comic-Con Past and Present, with values going through 100 through 500.
100 through 500. Okay, well, I'm going to kick things off with Dark Knights for 500. Let's just go.
You're going straight to 500. I like your style.
Yeah.
Okay. The first console game featuring Batman as the main character was on what system? Homer appears to be the one. Genesis, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Anybody else?
Nintendo. Super Nintendo.
Which one? Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, that is incorrect. Van?
NES.
You are correct. Jody, I'm sorry you had it right the first time. Van,
You get to stick to your guns. You got to stick to your guns, Jordan.
Van, you get to pick the next topic.
Let's go Heroes of Gaming for 400.
Heroes of Gaming for 400. All right. In 2005, a particular type of hero video game was released and would change the way people played rhythm games forever. Name this game. 2005, rhythm game. Van?
Guitar Hero.
You are correct. Van, once again. All right, excellent work, Van. You get to pick the next topic.
Games of Steel, 300.
Games of Steel for 300. Okay. The 2002 release of Superman of Steel was an exclusive release on which console?
2002.
Yes. Van?
PlayStation 2.
No, I'm sorry.
Dreamcast.
No. The correct answer was Xbox. Xbox.
I was going to say Xbox, but it seemed too obvious.
All right.
It's too easy.
Van, you had the last correct answer. You get to pick again.
Dark Knights, 400.
Dark Knight for 400. Okay. The voice of Batman in video games and animated features has largely been thanks to the vocal talents of one man. Name this voice actor.
Luke Skywalker.
You're thinking of Mark Hamill, who has played the Joker. That is incorrect. Anybody else? Going once?
Sean Connery.
Going to, nope, you already guessed.
Buzzed in.
You already
You're
guessed.
done.
All right,
You're
the
done.
correct answer, you guys, was Kevin Conroy.
Sure.
Kevin Conroy. Van, once again, your turn.
Comic-Con Past and Present, 400.
All right. Someone was infamously stabbed at the 2010 San Diego Comic-Con. I remember this. What were they stabbed with?
Pencil.
Yes, you are correct, Jody Robinson. Excellent work. You get to pick the next topic.
Dark Knights for 100.
Dark Knights for 100. Okay. Batman appeared in what 2011 PlayStation 3 and PC game? Van?
DC Universe.
Yes. Yeah, we'll take that. DC Universe Online. Yeah. All right, Van, go ahead and pick the next question.
Let's see, Games of Steel 500.
Games of Steel for 500. Okay. The Nintendo 64 game, simply titled Superman, was panned by critics in 1999 and continues to be ridiculed today. What score did it receive on GameSpot?
1.5.
Oh, you are very close, but incorrect.
2.0.
2.0. Nope, you overrated that game just now, Van. I'm sorry, the correct answer was 1.3. That was when GameSpot...
Can I just get the points for being the closest? Because I was thinking that, we'd...
Van, go ahead.
Comic-Con Past and Present 200.
All right. Last year, a popular rapper / actor...
LL Cool J, baby.
You are correct.
Ladies love Cool James.
Yes.
Is that bonus points?
No, no bonus points, but you did get 200 points. He joined us for a live demo on our PlayStation stage. That guy's arms are like the size of
my head.
Of your head,
yeah.
Which is relatively large.
Pretty huge head.
Pretty huge.
I have a big head.
Homer, go ahead.
Let's go Comic-Con Past and Present for 500, please.
All right. Each and every year, the San Diego Comic-Con attracts roughly how many attendees?
1.36 million.
Not even close.
All right. Well.
Jody.
130K.
You are actually super close.
128K. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I apologize, but that is incorrect. This is a very specific answer.
Very specific answer.
128K.
Nope. The answer is 120K.
Ooh.
120K. Jody was actually very close.
She was very close.
All right. Homer, I believe you have...
Okay, let's go Heroes of Gaming for 200, please, Sean.
Heroes of Gaming for 200? Okay. The greatest game hero, according to GameSpot's Greatest Game Hero competition from 2009 is...
Gordon Freeman.
Gordon Freeman, the Freeman. You are correct, Van.
Freemans.
Let's go Dark Knights 200.
Dark Knights 200. Name the final boss you face in Batman Arkham Asylum.
Joker on steroids.
That is correct. Roided out Joker is the answer. One of the more disappointing final boss encounters. That guy was a total pushover in that game. Van,
even on roids?
He was on roids, but he was super easy to beat.
Wow.
Heroes of Gaming 100.
Heroes of Gaming for 100. The Uncharted series of games has had hero Nathan Drake in the starring role. What Hollywood actor does everyone want to see play this character on the big screen?
I did it first. Nathan Fillion.
All right, that is correct.
Of course Jody would know that. That's a Jody loaded question.
All right, Jody, you get to pick the next one.
Heroes of Gaming 100.
Heroes of Gaming for 100. That one's actually been...
I mean, Comic-Con Past and Present 100.
Okay. What year was the first San Diego Comic-Con International held? I'll give you a hint. It was in the 1970s.
74?
Nope.
77.
Nope.
79.
Nope. The answer was 70.
70.
1970.
Within the 70 year. That would have been a better hint.
All right.
All right.
Jody.
Dark Knights.
Dark Knights.
300.
Let's see. One of the most beloved games featuring the Dark Knight and his sidekick Robin was released in 1994 for the Genesis, Super NES, Sega CD, and Game Gear. Name this game. Very straightforward title.
Batman Forever?
Nope.
Batman and Robin.
What of Batman and Robin? Something the blank of...
The Legend.
The Adventure.
You got it.
Yeah!
The Adventures of Batman and Robin. All right. Fine work, Homer.
Yes.
That was not at all giving you pity points. All right, and with that, we have reached the end of round one, Brain Bust. It looks like our point total, we've got Homer with 500, Jody tied at 500, you guys are neck and neck, and Van with a pretty dominating lead right now with 1,400. I think the power is in the cape.
Hey, that's why we got 3 rounds, buddy.
That's why we got 3 rounds. Excellent point.
Remember that. Remember that.
Our next round coming up is Memory Lake. That's going to be next week. Guys, keep an eye out for that one, and we'll see if these guys can catch up with Van.
It's time to mash buttons. When Minimizing button using mashing button. Button. You're gonna get super button mashing coming at ya.
Very impressed with Van's first round thing, but as I know from my own glorious super button mashing victory, the first round isn't everything. Folks, I got Tom Magrino still here because I wanted to give him a shout out for being the new host of GameSpot Presents The Hotspot.
I do the hotspot now.
Yeah.
I don't know why Brendan let me do that, but he did.
But he did, and
so
once you open that door, you can't shut it.
I know. I'm certainly not going to relinquish that lofty title.
So The Hotspot is our weekly podcast. It
Right.
goes up on Wednesdays?
We throw it up on Wednesday morning, and it's a kind of a show that does reviews and news and a lot of community interaction. You can send us emails, and then we'll make fun of you for those emails. Well, we probably won't make
Not
fun
all
of you.
the time.
Not all the time.
It's
just if you
good-natured.
say something
We're very
stupid.
self-deprecating.
Right. So
We get
we'll make
guests
fun of
on
ourselves
there,
as well.
game developers and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
we're gonna. So we might do a few things differently. I'd like
Under
to get
the
more
Magrino rule.
Under the Magrino reign, it will be a time of peace and prosperity. But hopefully that happens. If you guys don't know where it is, you can click on the culture tab and then, or maybe just hover over the culture tab and bring it down to the hotspot or the podcast. Or you can go to like www.gamespot.com/where's the awesome /podcast.
That's a terrible URL.
Hotspot.com.
I would recommend checking the calendar.
Yeah,
it's
do
on
that.
the right side of the front page, and it'll show you Hotspot every week with host Tom Magrino and rotating guests, GameSpot staff, and potentially guests, depending on what Lord Magrino, he makes me call him that, can garner into.
If you go there this week, we had Chris and we had Kevin and we had Giancarlo on there as well as me. So
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got to look at digital downloads because, hey, it's too hot to go outside and buy games.
It's true.
What's up, Game Spotters? This is Mazin bringing you a list of top digital downloads this week on Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, and Wii Shop Channel. On PSN, we have Deadliest Warrior Legends. So what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, you wonder? Well, find out by pitting legends like Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great against each other. May the best man win. Also on PSN, available for download and for free, is Back to the Future, the game episode 5, At a Time. At a Time is the season finale of the series and will carry more mysteries, paradoxes, and time-traveling twists than your brain can handle. Serious, time traveling ain't no joke. In Xbox Live Arcade, you have From Dust, where the cost of becoming a god is 1,200 Microsoft points. You are a deity, and your number one enemy is no other than Mother Nature herself. You must take that woman down if you want to progress the beloved tribal village. Put out fires and redirect geysers to save the village and advance your powers. Old but newly available this week, on Xbox Live, is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, available for $39.99. This game gives you the choice between good and evil, moral and corrupt, just or unjust. Okay, maybe it's not that serious, but you have the choice to take a full-time career as a cop or a racer. Choose wisely, my friends. Also on Xbox Live is Shaun White skateboarding for $29.99. Yeah, believe it or not, Tony Hawk is not the only skater cool enough to be featured in the video game. This ex-snowboarder turned skater, who by the way has long bright red hair, gives you a game where you can transform buildings and morph streets to create your own living skate park. In-game demos this week, on PSN, check out No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise. So this is what happens when Kill Bill meets the professional. Well, that is if Uma Thurman was a man named Travis who had a frohawk and carried a lightsaber. With your PlayStation Move and just a flick of your wrist, you can pop the heads off all your helpless little enemies. In new downloadable content this week on Xbox Live for Rock Band 3 is the Yes Pack 1 for 680 Microsoft points. This pack includes Owner of a Lonely Heart, Starship Trooper, South Side of the Sky, Heart of the Sunrise, and I've Seen All Good People by Yes. Also on Xbox Live and for free for gold members is the prologue to Miss Explosion Man. Discover the origins of how Miss Explosion Man was created. In PSN, there is a new LA Noire case, The Consul's Car for $3.99. You find an abandoned car, there's no owner, no license plates, not even a full set of wheels. There is only one lead. The vehicle is registered to the Argentinian Consulate of Los Angeles. Any ideas? Me neither, and that's just the way I like it. Also in PSN for $9.99 you can download the Dragon Age 2 Legacy Pack. In-game trailers this week on XBL is the Dragon Age 2 Legacy trailer and the Body Count E3 trailer. In PSN, there is the Limbo trailer, the Back to the Future the Game season recap trailer, and the Dungeon Defenders announcement trailer. That's all the time we have. Join us next week for our top picks of digital downloads.
And with that, we come to the end of our show. Just a few things before we go to keep you abreast on all the awesome stuff we're coming at you with in the next couple days. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., Sean McInnes is going to be bringing you Resistance 3 now playing. That's from the multiplayer beta that I believe folks who own SOCOM 4 are going to get access to at some point or something like that. I don't know. New multiplayer in Resistance 3. You can take a look at that tomorrow at 9 a.m. Then this weekend, we're going to EVO. And if you know what that is, you're already excited. If you don't know what it is, it's a fighting game competition tourney sort of thing where the best
They're
video
pretty good.
game players.
They're really good.
For Street Fighter 4, Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. All those dudes are going to be going head-to-head, and we'll be there with live stuff from that business. And then at the end of next week, convention season continues. It's QuakeCon, where Jody, Ryan, and Maxwell are going to be on hand with it and maybe taking a look at Rage and all sorts of new Quake business. And of course, we'll be back here next Thursday with On the Spot and a demo for Space Marine. We hope you join us. And we're glad you joined us today. So for everyone here in the GameSpot studio, I'm Chris Waters.
I'm Tom Magrino.
And that's Tom Magrino. Thank you for joining us, folks. Have a great weekend. See you next week.